second. Okay, Heather, go ahead and have the chat room.
Alright, guys, let us know when you can... Well,
you are a robot! Oh, no!
Now Heather gets the robot bug. You remember how to fix it?
Any better?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
Just change it up in the Google.
Yep. It's already closed, honey.
I'm just teasing because of the one time.
Oh, I know. So go to something and then go back to...
Yeah.
So if you can hear Michaela be a robot, let us know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry world, you got to hear it here first though.
Blue ball, alright. Well, that was weird already. I can tell that's off.
Hang on, you're still roboting.
I know.
Chat room won't work for me, chat room, so if you're talking, I'm really sorry.
We're gone. Nope, okay. Am I any better?
Yes, much.
Yes, so much better.
Now you're a robot. Oh my god.
She's fine.
Revenge
you
of
weren't.
the Cylons!
Alright, TED Talk.
TED Talk?
TED Talk. It's like a TED Talk.
Test.
Test,
You're a robot.
I don't hear it.
Really? I do. Okay.
I don't.
Anybody else hear Tet be a robot?
Yes, we are taking an informal survey. Please let us know if Tet is a robot in your calling area.
Alright, is that any better?
Yes, you sound brilliant to me.
Okay, let's just go before shit goes downhill faster.
It's already been going downhill.
Alright. I think we're good now, so we're going to give this a try.
Yep. And you're leading this circus.
I forgot! I need to get to the top of the document.
Load right to the top of the document. Load right to the top of the document.
Cheers. All right. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Meetups were had by all.
AIE, wow, under new, old, something management.
AIEU needs all pilots to report to Las Vegas. Yes, Earth.
RRF Captain Sybil's Star Trek Online news summary is now available.
And we may have Randy here to talk to us about the Warcraft movie.
Thanks, Google. All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode number 255 of the podcast celebrating the Yocta-esque gaming community, the Die Has Been Podcast. This is Aludra, I think you're awesome, and to my left, my extreme left, my very left, is Michaela.
Hey folks, there are some strawberry shortcakes in the guild kitchen.
And right over there, cleaning up that strawberry shortcake mess, to my not as immediate left, is Tatsumi.
According to my spreadsheet... Oh, never mind, I'll do it.
This week we're going to be joined by special guest Randy Deluxe, a.k.a. Maui, who's here to talk to us about the Warcraft movie if the Google overlords see it fit to grant him access. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. He's still trying to join us, so we're just hoping that he'll be able to in good time. So meanwhile, let's get the prattle rolling. Still for time. Michaela.
Don't worry, there's tons of news.
Oh, yeah, so much news. Michaela, what have you been up to in gaming and life since the last episode? Because that was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
It was a long
Playing Switch
while ago.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Not
Oh,
so
right.
far.
Not so far. Okay. I'm doing a little bit of playing SWTOR, not a ton. I do need to jump, of course, back into Warcraft because, you know.
Warcraft.
Warcraft,
Yes.
and there was a movie. We'll talk about that later. We did actually have Phoenix Comic-Con here.
Mm-hmm. In your house?
And I had our tables. You know what? At one point, it felt like it. That table was a mess.
It did. It really did.
So we actually, this is the 4th year that Nevermore and I had been vendors or exhibitors, whatever you want to call us, at Phoenix Comic-Con. So it was great. We actually had a few guildies stop by, other Frog Pants listeners. Always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It was busy. It was, since I have a desk job, I am not used to standing on my feet for 9 to 11 hours a day, which usually makes me feel like I've been doing squats after Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I could sit down. They give us chairs. I just don't care to use them. So that was fun.
Michaela is anti-chair, except for now. You heard it here.
Exactly. I mean, I sit in a chair all day for work. So if I'm going to be working at a con, I'm on my feet and talking to people and meeting people. So that was kind of it. Not doing too much gaming, working on a book slowly.
That's how books go.
Yeah. Well, and also trying to world build, and to do a book, you sometimes need background stuff and history, and for a fancy book, you need names of countries and gods and philosophies, and so a lot of research there and trying to pull names out of my backside, so to speak.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yep.
What about you?
What have you been doing, Sammy?
What have I been doing? Well, chapter 14, of Star Wars came out for the Old Republic. So I took a couple characters through that and played around with leveling up, crafting skills and characters and stuff in Star Wars. And also jumped back into WoW because there's been an influx of people returning to WoW because of the movie. So invites have been on the rise. People applying, joining, rejoining, coming back, going, how do I play? So there's a lot of people answering questions from people that haven't played since, let's see, we had somebody come back that left at Cataclysm. We had somebody that left during Mists of Pandaria and never picked up Warlords. And we've had people that started out in Warlords, left shortly afterwards, and are coming back trying to figure out where is everything. So.
Yep, that's great about AIE. Everybody's so helpful and great.
Yes. And I am, let's see, I think I mentioned it last time, I'm working on getting the oil wells in the garrison, in the shipyard for all my characters. So I've got it on, let's see, I'm trying to remember, I have 10 100s on the Horde side because, good Lord, there's been a content drought. And I have it on 7 of them. So I'm working on the last 3. I have my monk, my rogue, and my mage to go. But just hanging out, talking movie in-game, talking with the new folks, helping them out, that sort of thing. What have you been up to, Aludra?
Oh, well, then. I mean, this is a big time jump for me. Let's see. Not much, turns out, in all that time. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I was playing the Diablo season a lot, and I need to get back into that. And then Battleborn came out, and then I was beating everybody up with swords and laser pointers. And then after that, I was in Overwatch, and I'm beating everybody up with swords and laser pointers there. And I call them laser pointers because they go pew, pew, pew. No? You don't like Overwatch?
Yes. Love Overwatch.
No, Michaela, I heard them.
No, I was pew-pew-pewing. I've not actually got a chance to play that yet. I don't think my system's quite up to snuff on it, unfortunately.
That's why I play. I play Lucio, and I just stay in one spot near the payload and heal everyone. It's fun.
There you go. Let's see. It's summer here, which means
It's hot.
our winter is over because we got, 3 days of rain or something really ridiculous that everybody was complaining about. And so, yeah, it's so hot here. It is so hot. Yes, I have a large water bottle as well, and it's just really hot, and I'm cranky about it. But yeah, I've been bouncing around from Steam game to Steam game. Yep, see, he can totally relate for those viewers. If you're not viewing, then that is just me agreeing with empty air, and you enjoy it anyway.
It's a question for you. What's been your favorite Steam game that you're playing as of late? Besides all of them.
Yeah, I know, right? I've actually been playing this stupid puzzle game. Yes, I've got all these shooters and stuff, and I'm playing Sudoku on Steam.
Well, you've been pew-pewing in other games, so sure.
Yeah, but if you were to look at my recent time played across all Steam games, you're like, what the heck is Puzzler World, and why is she doing? It's because I just want to finish everything in it, because it has individual trophies beyond Steam achievements, and I just want to be done. You know?
A loser wants for achievements. Got it.
Yes, I do. I want the achievements in this stupid game that nobody will ever see because I already have all the Steam ones. And it's a really good way to kind of de-stress and unwind, just sitting there making sure you have all the twos and all the grids. I mean, yeah, there's something to be said about pew-pewing and stabbing people as you're running around worlds and, you know, blowing up Death Stars and stuff, but also making sure all your twos are in the right spot. Who am I talking to? Tatsumi knows!
Right? Reggie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Making sure all your numbers are all in a row. But, yeah. And then we had a Star Wars marathon here recently.
Really?
Yes. You gotta watch the movies.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we did over the long weekend is we watched Star Wars movies.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Worked.
At this point, I'm not shocked when you say that anymore. I'm not thinking Heather needs a break or poor Heather. No, Heather's doing it to herself.
No,
Heather had her reasons.
Yeah, it's called inventory, and no, it's supposed to be a 3-day weekend, and I took Saturday of that week off.
For you, that's a week off.
Pretty
Oh, wait,
much.
I heard a giggle. Did she not really take the day off?
No, she did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she took the Saturday of the 3-day weekend off. So, yeah.
And I worked like 8 hours on Sunday, and I worked... Yeah, I have a problem.
You do, but it's your problem, and, you know, you're not you without your problem.
I have 99 problems, and taking vacation time is one.
Yes.
All right. So, with all that in mind and how awesome we all are, tell me any news about the raid team that we are all on? Oh yeah, I'm still on for time.
No, that's fine. We've had a new friend join from Ben's work. That Al the Mage. He is doing a shaman, and we are just kind of re-gearing people up, running through LFR and stuff like that. We've kind of lost our momentum on trying to kill Archimon, so I think what we're going to do is just do some more gearing runs, and then we've had a few people let their subscription lapse until the Legion pre-event, which I've actually tested on the beta, because I finally got into beta thanks to Ro. I won a contest on his Realm Maintenance podcast to get into the beta.
Beta's fun, huh?
Yes, beta is definitely fun. The Legion Invasion stuff looks awesome. The class quests for the artifact are fun. So yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. Looking forward to it. So, like I said, once they do the gear changes and all the stuff when 7.0 releases, which will come with the transmog stuff, thank God. We can clear out all our banks.
Everybody's holding on to everything right now. Thanks,
Right.
Blizzard. I don't even have
Rats
my
enough.
bags for transmog runs. Everybody's like, oh, do you have the Purple Justice set? No, I don't. Because everything is full of scavenger boxes. Salvaging boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, across my 10 characters, I think I have 1,200 boxes saved up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
and you're insane, so...
Yes.
No, I'm just making my own Christmas because I'm gonna have lots of boxes to open up and then little
That's what we're
things
all
will
going to be
appear.
doing. Everybody's going to be all
Boxes with
leveling
boxes.
and, like, how is the new stuff? And unless we get the transmog stuff in an early patch, all
do.
of our raid
It'll-
team's going to be sitting in there in our garrisons opening boxes because we don't have room for new loot.
Well, you know what also is going to be is like the officers will be sitting there in their garrisons opening stuff when it rolls out doing invites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be
I like how
open a
you-
box,
you know?
invite, open a box, invite. Yeah,
No, there's a
I
macro
like how
for
we used
that.
to do archaeology.
yeah, exactly. And you're roboting a little McCullough.
A little bit.
Goody. 1 second.
They have
So-
taken over, and I think
I
they
know.
want the news. So let us move forward in the show, and
Okay.
we will stall in there.
Mr. Robotic.
AIE News.
No, you're just talking over the bumper, but that's fine.
AIEism, I still roboting news. Oh, yeah.
He played it as I was starting to talk. All right, guys. So the Warcraft movie came out this week, and we had a ton of meetups to watch it, including one in Chicago, Phoenix, Chattanooga, LA, and of course Scott's big shindig in the Utah. If you want to schedule a meetup for a movie gathering, a guild dinner, or anything else, go to meetup.com/AliaActaEst for more. Oh, so we had a great time. We actually had, I think, 12 of us, a combination of AIE and CTR. So it's kind of a, multi-guild event, which was fun.
It was.
We mostly got to sit together, and we proved that Gnomewise actually does go to things on occasion.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
He showed up.
How
Yeah, it was
shocking.
Well, because we bumped into him at Comic-Con, and he's like, yeah, I want to go to events, but I never remember. I'm like, okay, we're going to start actually DMing you directly.
Yeah.
So
I just
so
started
yeah,
taking my husband's phone and just putting things in there. And he's like, what's it?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a thing on Friday? I'm like, yep, we got a thing on Friday.
Yep, we have a thing. No, I put everything in the calendar for Chet and I, actually. So that was really cool. Almost had this bags coming, but unfortunately real life happened. But we had a great time. We tweeted out some pictures of almost all of
I
us
saw.
wearing almost all of us wearing Horde shirts. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. And I'm sure that all the other meetups were great. I've seen some pictures from stuff in Utah and really wanted to be there, but we had our own shindig going on. All right, and speaking of stuff, keep an eye on the Imperium Ludai section of the forums. Mewcow has been posting beta keys for the game Riders of Icarus, which is
Yes!
an Eastern-style MMO made by Nekon. So have you played it?
Yes! Okay, so
How
no
was
matter
it?
what class you pick, you're a hunter! In that you can walk up and tame a mount. You like the thing, you can tame it. And the first thing they have you tame is a sparkly unicorn.
Of course.
A sparkle unicorn.
So this game is rated A for Eludra. Got
And
it.
then you can take your mounts and you go, wow, that's a really cool dragon, but I have this much cooler dragon and I don't want to ditch cool dragon. You can be like, oh, okay, well, boom. Now he's a pet that will fight by your side instead of being a mount.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So he's gonna be posting keys online on the Imperium Ludai section. Also, he just mentioned some fun giveaways, so keep a track of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
It's super fun. I had a good time, man, and I was in Beta 3, I think it was called, and there's still some weirdness in the game, couple bugs, but yeah, I had a pretty good time. I'm like, yeah, look at me, pew pew mage, and now I have a sparkly unicorn, and oh look, now I have another sparkly unicorn. Oh, go tame a wolf. Okay, I tamed the wolf. The wolf is gone. Sparkly unicorn.
A unicorn. I'm amazed you didn't somehow find a way
It
to get
gives you a
sparkly
Pokédex, dude. It's like,
Oh,
here,
wow.
here are all the animals in the region. Go for it. It's like, really? So then I run back to the starting zone. And I started grabbing everything. It's so far it seems to be buy to play, but it might have a subscription model to it. They're kind of on the fence about it in the forums, from what I can tell. So
Right.
more news
Cool.
coming out.
Awesome.
Sparkly unicorn.
Oh, you woman. All right. And sadly, Archulon's planned adventure of the Curse of Strahd at Capitol Meetup Room in Madison, Wisconsin on June 26th has been canceled. If it's something that interests you, PM him on the forums or hit him up on Twitter at Lolfmiggle if it's something you're interested in the future. Sounds fun. It's by the way, it's a Curse of Strahd, the D&D adventure. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Of course
Should have
it
been
is.
more specific. Of course it is.
Wait, what?
It's
Is
a
it
D&D
D&D adventure thing?
A D
With
and
vampires.
D adventure in Ravenloft. It's an old D&D campaign setting.
Okay, we're gonna click on that, and we're just gonna check that out later.
Right?
Is this an in-person thing?
It is an in-person thing,
Oh,
unfortunately.
then we're going to close our extra link, as we don't need it.
But I do know that he has mentioned trying to get some online stuff going on. You know, we play D&D, we chat. He and I have chatted a few times about, rolling 20s and all that. So
Yes,
Yeah.
well, then I will just sit here and wait patiently for my turn. Because
Yeah.
I
There you
don't
go.
live anywhere near Wisconsin. Like,
neither
nowhere
do
near
I.
it. Not even remotely. I
Mhm.
live closer to you guys than I live to Wisconsin.
Yes. All right. And in WoW, AIE WoW is under new management. Or is it old management? Or is it orange is the new black? Oh, we don't know. In any case, congrats to Randy Deluxe, a.k.a. Maui, a.k.a. hopefully our guest sometime tonight. He has
MIA,
accepted-
not Maui. MIA.
That's right. He has accepted to take over the reins as the big kahuna of AIE WoW. And if you know Randy, you know he's the perfect fit. He's been involved with the guild since the beginning. He has been our GM once already and is very active in the game and is highly regarded in the community. Also, big congrats are in order for the herder of cats and craft fair folks and a few raid teams. Cyrene has been promoted to Praetorian. For those that don't know, Praetorian is a senior officer rank, a step up from the Centurion rank. Oh, and feel free to email Cy in-game a left shark as a celebratory gift. And there is a thread on the forums where you can wish her congratulations or condolences, depending on your point of view.
It's both. We
It
all
is.
know it's both.
Yeah. A big thanks to Maui and Sai. May the refrigerator and the break room be filled with all your favorite treats. Due to a sadly low drop rate from Garrison Boss summoning items, Thugs has changed the date on the AIE versus the Garrison Boss event to coincide with the Summer of Love. See our forums
Well,
for
yay!
detail or whisper Thugs in-game or on Twitter at Alec Mazar. Alec Mazar, there we go. And remember, you can help by farming up the boss summoning items. These items have a chance to drop in any completed garrison invasion, regardless of any previous invasions done that week. They are independent of the bag of loot drops, and you have a chance each time you complete an invasion. Everyone can help, regardless if they've done it before. And we need that help because we need at least 2 to 4 of every item. See the forum threads for more info.
All the forum threads. See them for the info. That's where we send you.
Yep.
All right, all right. So, speaking of the Summer of Love, a great AIE event, everybody should participate.
Woohoo!
It is coming sooner than you think. This year, the annual event of love and celebration runs August 1st through the 7th. Right now, the community-wide Remembrance Day is Tuesday the 2nd, as it typically is. And Friday, August 5th, we have a coup tentatively planned. Saturday, August 6th, we have the Old School Raid Night. Please contact Cyan Game with 4 Left Sharks and on the forums, or Cyrene AIE on Twitter if you want to host an event. Find out how you can help, and again, you've got to buy your way in with Left Sharks.
Yes.
Sorry. Want to know more about Legion, the upcoming WoW expansion? Well then, head on over to MMO Champion, where they have a great summary and links to the Legion Summit interviews that were done the day after the red carpet movie premiere in the U.S. of the World of Warcraft movie. This is a big interview where they talked all about what's coming up and all the good stuff. You guys check it out yet?
Ted has a little bit. I have not yet.
Yes. No, the interviews are really good, and I'm starting to listen to the podcasts and such that are actually playing the interviews that they did. So it's some good info.
Yeah, it's some really great stuff. One highlight, at least for Tetsemi, who, if I had kept reading, would know that he did in fact check it out, is that a feature similar to the Lords of War is ready to go for Legion, and the folks at the Legion Summit already saw the first one and loved it. So, what's that mean?
Woohoo!
So the Lords of War. Remember the video shorts that they did for each warlord leading up to Legion?
Yes.
They're going to do something very similar to that for Legion, so that they'll have one on Illidan, they'll have one on the Illidari, all the major players, so that they kind of introduce you to here's who you should be paying attention to in the game.
So you said Illidan, Illidari, and then the major players, right? And the first thing I thought when you said Illidari was Illidan cosplayers, and then you said the major players, and I'm like, yes, the famous Illidan cosplayers, of which Illidan himself ranked 3rd in a contest of Illidan costumes.
That's right.
Alright guys, we're going to warn you right now, MMO Champion did try and block out spoilers in their summary, but in interviews, all bets are off because these guys are kind of living with that in their immediate present and somewhat past. They kind of don't realize it could be spoilery or they're not censoring it all. So, if you want to be, if you don't want to be, I know, if you don't want to be spoiled with story and lore, tread carefully. They don't always yell spoiler alert. So
exactly.
Buyer beware.
Yes, definitely. Speaking of spoiler alert, if we do get Randy on, there will be movie spoilers. We apologize. All right, and just a reminder, the EVE Vegas event is on Friday, October 28th to Sunday, October 30th. It is a go. Crazy Uncle Link and Robot Stig are gathering as many pilots in the AIEU to converge on the celebration. Tickets are on sale now at vegas.eveonline.com. And if you have your ticket, head over to the meetup site to let us know that you are coming.
And speaking of games we play in space, in Star Wars The Old Republic, Episode 14, Mandalore's Revenge, has been released since our last podcast. In this story progression chapter of the Knights of the Fallen Empire, you get to find out what Shay Vizsla has been up to since you last saw her in the Shadows of Revan expansion, and also what your former companion Torian has been doing as well. Make sure you keep an eye out for the very famous Mandalorian clan, the Fets, who make an appearance in the story. Have you already played through Chapter 14 and you're looking for more information about what's coming in Chapter 15? The Gemini Deception trailer is out and will get you ready for the next story beat in the Knights of the Fallen Empire coming June 30th. Also, the producer's letter for the month of June came out, and Dolphy has a good write-up on it, as well as a link to the video on YouTube for the producer's letter. Max and Seema also covered the producer's letter in the latest episode of the Escape Podcast, number 146, the producer's stream. They have changed recording days to Tuesdays, so feel free to join in the live chat room whenever they record.
All the recordings, all the joining, they are good people. We have them on the show sometimes. Check them out.
Yes.
All right, so RRF, not RFF, RRF Captain Civil's Star Trek Online News Summary for the week ending in 6/12/2016. So, we're going to open with huge news coming of the forthcoming Agents of Yesterday expansion. A July 6th release date has been announced. Starting on this day, July 6th, all of the episode's players have been running on through the beta, including the latest one, Vorgon Conclusions? Conclusions. Haha! Vorgon Conclusions. It's a clever pun. I destroyed it. They shall be released for all the players. More juicy details of these episodes and all the news we are about to outline is available on the Star Trek Online website. Go there for any clarifications on any of this, as I can only flash it backwards.
That's right. Beep, beep, beep.
All right, and it is that time of year again for the STO Summer Event, the annual Ryza Lunit Festival. Will be starting June 9th and playing through July 21st. Do crazy daily events to win prize vouchers for vanity pets, vintage beachwear, updated mini power boards, jetpacks, and much, much more. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what would be an vintage beachwear. Do they mean vintage as in the run of the game, or am I actually fighting for a 1930s swimsuit? Because if so...
I'm there. Have you seen my bathing suits? That's what I wear regularly.
You are a robot.
Yep, we're fixing it.
Yep, okay. So yeah, I'd really like clarification on vintage, so I'm going to go to the Star Trek Online website.
And find out.
Yes, but also available is an opportunity to save up excess prize vouchers for the annual summer event Starship Vorgon, not Vogon. It's a Xiphus Heavy Escort.
Yes,
That's
because
the
if
word
it were Vogon, then you would need your towel, and you would be in an entirely different universe.
Well, you should have a towel anyway. This is a beach event.
I agree. I agree. All right.
One second, I'll grab it.
Michaela back?
Right.
Yep.
I am right here. I apologize.
No
All right,
problem.
on the subject. No? All right. And on the subject of the current temporal Cold War story arc, a new backstory was released on June 9th entitled Army of Me. It features a 31st century Ferengi temporal agent on a trip back to intercept a Nakal operative. The surprise plot twist ensures.
I'll be editing that out.
Wow. Hold on, I was kind of like reading ahead, and whoa! Welcome to the AIE Podcast After Dark, where we bring you all of our, well, amazing slips of the tongues is what I'm going to run with.
That's what I go with too. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna blame you because I was writing some Final Fantasy stuff you just sent me. That's what we're going with since we're editing all of this out.
Oh, look, it's getting hot in here. Michaela is taking off her sweater, guys.
I'm just showing off my tattoos. How's that?
AIE Podcast After Dark, where tongues happen and Michaela takes off her sweater.
Wow.
There's a plot twist. Oh.
Plot twist.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I need to regain my composure.
Water.
Classic.
If somebody wouldn't mind filling in some of the Final Fantasy stuff I was trying to do there, that'd be great.
Okay.
You put it in the notes there, so I've just started it. All right, I'm going to drink some water again, and then I'm going to try speaking and not being inappropriate. Have you seen me?
Hell of an
Act
edit.
on, you know, with the buttocks and the, you know, the thing.
Family friendly.
We're offline. It's fine.
No, we're live. I see the icon in the corner saying live.
I know, but no one's seeing this part. Besides, people in the live chat room. Hi, guys. Sorry.
Except that the video lives on the web, so.
Forever!
Oh, awesome. That'll be fun. Okay. I have my composure now. So I'm going to start that all over again. All right. On the subject of the current temporal Cold War story arc, a new backstory was released on Thursday, June 9th, entitled The Army of Me. It features a 31st century Ferengi temporal agent on a trip back in time to intercept a Nakal operative. A surprise plot twist ensures. Oh, well, you know what I mean, guys. All right, the Star Trek Online has released more details about the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 console versions. No formal release date has been announced, but our Ferengi operatives are saying soon. Trademark. A sizable number of UI and player quality of life improvements and fixes were released over the last 2 weeks as well. So if you've not checked the game out recently, you should probably do that. And for the status of AIE's Classes Fleet Starbase, all fleet mates are encouraged to check out the Fleet Holdings tab in the in-game menu. Contributions of material and personnel are always welcome to assist in building the Fleet Starbase and other fleet holdings to their full potential.
Okay. Full potential. Got it.
Full potential.
All the
1 second.
potential. Mm-hmm.
Please give Tetsumi me one moment. Actually, I'll go ahead and do this one. So there is some Lord of the Rings online talk on the forums.
Yes!
We do have officers regularly online for invites, and there's been some chatter about getting the band back together, so to speak, and maybe some epic battles. It sounds like it might be the perfect time to visit Middle-earth, and hopefully we can have those folks on soon just to chat with us about everything that's going on since our last visit.
Now, you said get the band back together, and in any other game, that might be figurative, but in Lotro, that's literal.
Really
so.
is a band. Right,
Yes.
Exactly. So, they're talking about hopefully getting the band back together.
Mm-hmm. That is great. All right, so Final Fantasy XIV Shiv R Revenge of the Horde, not that Horde, the new Horde, was released on June 7th, 2016. We'll fill in the details later. But right now it just links to a video on the site, and it's great. And oh my gosh, you guys, just seriously, I love Final Fantasy. If I could afford to be in Final Fantasy, I'd be in Final Fantasy running around in circles right now during the show. My image would not be of me, but of my character running around in circles in Final Fantasy.
So, but do they have sparkly unicorns?
They do. I have a little one, and she bounces around at my side at all times.
Awesome.
It's adorable.
We will go ahead and get more information for the next show on this. So, let's get a little tease the trailer for you there.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. It's really pretty. Final Fantasy is one of the prettiest games out there right now.
It really is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've seen of it, we've had, ABBA on, everyone on. It's a gorgeous game.
It really is. So, that's all the stalling of time we got. Any word in our guest?
I think we just go into the movie talk and we'll be good.
All right.
And we will try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, unless Randy jumps in, since I know people have not gotten a chance.
That's me! I have not gotten a chance to see this movie, and do know the plot, in theory, because I know all the Warcraft lores and stuff. I do not know how the movie makes the journey, and that,
yes, my
friend, is all the difference. Or strawberries and lions or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So... All right, so high level. Sorry, it was getting weird echo. Okay. High level, they did an amazing job with the movie. We went with, as we said, a roommate, took our daughter, went with several friends from the community, and everyone seemed to very much enjoy the movie. The story, how it was told and everything. It was awesome to see a lot of Easter eggs that were definitely fan service, but still worked in the movie. I will say this, Aludra, you are going to, if you didn't already play a mage, Khadgar and Medivh would make you want to play a mage with how they did the special effects and the spells and everything for this movie. So it was awesome.
Yeah. Special effects are good. Great! I was terrified on some level that it'd be another Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
No. This is like like when you can tell the difference between a mage teleporting themselves
Oh my gosh.
or creating a summoning portal, or sorry, a teleport group portal, are done really well. The actor that plays Gul'dan, you can just feel how palpably evil that character is, and it comes through the CGI with no problem. That's the other thing. The orcs in this are done so well that it almost makes the humans look like they're the CGI as opposed to the orcs. If you're used to
Really? That's freaky.
Yeah, no.
Guys in costume. There shouldn't be an uncanny valley there.
Yeah, there's some points where it is against, especially against the backdrop and all of that. But yeah, the magic, the way, piggyback on what Tet was saying, the use of the magic, like you could see the difference between like arcane and fire, and yeah, I mean, I will admit, I did feel bad about playing a warlock a few points in this movie.
It's kind of anti-warlock. It's kind of anti-warlock propaganda. In fact, all of WoW is anti-warlock propaganda.
And normally, it doesn't bother me. It's like,
really,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you just made it through Legion, and you're like, shh, whatever, that wasn't me.
Whatever. Right, that's not me. And yeah, I'm like, for the first time in my WoW career, I felt guilty about playing a warlock.
Yeah.
But the use of the arcane magic and the mage is insane. I will also say, I like the way very much that they presented both sides and showed, we'll admit, we have a horde bias. We so have a horde bias, and that's okay. It very much was I think a lot of it was from the Alliance standpoint, but they very much made it so, okay, this is the bad part of the horde, but this is also over here is the good part of the horde that has honor, and they spoke a lot about that, which I really respected. So in no way did I feel that the horde itself was the bad guys. It was, just certain members of the horde that were the bad guys.
Yeah, Matthew Rossi's wife. Rossi does Blizzard Watch and the Blizzard Watch podcast, and he's one of the lore-focused writers and the warrior columnist. And his wife is True Blood Alliance, plays a night elf druid, the whole thing. She's like, even I can sympathize with this version of Duratan that they showed in the film. So they did a really good job of showing almost the heart of the horde, that you could tell that there was a good side and a bad side, and that was really good. The other thing, going back to the fel magic and the arcane magic, if anyone has gotten the Warcraft that book called the first Warcraft lore that they put out that basically explained the whole Warcraft universe. Yes.
The big red one. Yes.
Not
It's like this thick and it's red and it's a bunch of stories in there.
No, it's Warcraft Chronicles Volume 1.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
Okay, it was your birthday. It was your Christmas present from your in-game boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
We did a gift exchange for our D&D group, and our buddy got him,
Yes.
Chronicle, and they're buds, so that's I was just teasing him.
But on they have a cosmology chart for how everything's laid out, and you can see that fel and arcane magic are diametrically opposed. They are, the heads and tails of the coin, so to speak, and so you can see, especially when they get into certain plot points that we won't go into, how the arcane and the fel magic offset each other and push back against each other. It's really well done. So if there was ever mages are always anti-warlock after this movie, they're completely anti-warlock after this movie.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Now, did either of you guys read the Duratan book that Christy Golden wrote, the prequel to the movie?
No, we
haven't.
Oh my gosh! I did.
that.
It's amazing.
I have that. I have the graphic novel, and we have the Christy Golden adaptation of the movie. So we've got all that to, summer reading list. You've got to have stuff to read. So
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. So, spoiler about the book. It's very orc heavy. In fact,
Right.
it's all
Shocker.
orcs.
Well,
I
it's
know,
Thor's hand,
I
so
know.
yeah, right. Wow.
But it's,
oh, really?
it's
Okay.
about frost wolves pre Gul'dan and all that, and it's really good. It really gives you a better sense of orc history and lore than I feel the game itself gives you. As
Yes.
the game's kind of, you can lose a narrative thread pretty easy, and sometimes the lore's lost amongst go kill 7, plants. And
Right.
go find the goblins and talk to their leader or whatever. So sometimes you can really lose the story narrative, and I feel like I've learned more about Frostwolves in that book than I did in all of Warlords.
Now,
And
I,
then, go ahead.
I will say, with all the literary material that we're getting from related to the movie and the movie itself, you do kind of need to look at it as almost like an MU versus the MCU, whereas there are going to be changes, and that's okay, because when you're dealing with something with such a rich history, you have to change things, and not necessarily just to change them, but because you're trying to tell a certain narrative, and you need to make it streamlined for your viewers.
Yeah.
So just going into that, realize it's not going to be exactly the same.
Oh no,
And that's okay. And that's okay.
Yeah. It
And
really
the-
is okay.
And you mentioned the frost wolves. The way they treat the frost wolves, the actual wolves themselves in this movie, is amazing, and so is how they do the griffins. It's like if you ever didn't want a griffin, you want a griffin now.
The griffin. You only saw one.
Yes.
Yeah. In the book, it really touched on the close relationship between the orcs and their mounts. They didn't call them pets. They never considered them pets.
No, they're companions.
The tribe members.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
And they show that. They show that very much in the movie.
Yeah. They were the Frostwolves. One of the Frostwolves' greatest weapons in the book. It kept alluding to because their numbers were always double what the enemy thought.
Right, because
Yes.
they treated those, in the enemy's eyes, those wolves were mounts or pets or whatever. And there was a lot of really great things in the movie just for fans, and there are things that makes you like, hey, I've been there, I've been seeing that, and there's a meeting in Goldshire, and I'm like, what are they doing in Goldshire? Like a little stuff like that they kind of drop in there for us. And there's a scene, a flyover, that definitely plays homage to where Warcraft started from. It's a visual, and it's hilarious, and when you see it, you'll love it.
It looks like an RTS where
Literally, it's amazing.
Yeah, it
Nice.
looks like, how in Warcraft when you take over a village and then you move to the next one, it's that level of flyover where you're like, okay, that's an RTS map. That I swear to God, that's an RTS map.
Yeah. So that was a hoot. There's some things that I found personally kind of not distracting, but funny distracting. Like there's a lot that happens in Karazhan. I'm like, so where's the opera?
Yes.
Dalaran's flying already. Spoiler, which was weird. And something personally, I don't know if you guys have watched the show Preacher at all. It's brand new, based on a Vertigo graphic novel. But two of the leads are played by Dominic Cooper and Ruth Negga, who are, of course, the king and queen.
Yes.
So literally, I'm like, I've seen those two before. So that to me was really funny. Every time they're on a screen together, I'm like, when are they gonna start killing stuff and wielding great powers? So
Yeah, I will say this. Speaking of killing things and great powers, the way they showed how the orcs fight versus how the humans fight, and how the humans learn to fight the orcs, because the orcs are so much bigger in scale and muscle
man.
see that. You see that in a way you don't see it in game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already pretty obvious. Orc male can crush an orc female. He can take her head in his hand and go like a grape. So, and she is a huge human. So,
Yes. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
another thing that they mentioned in the book was this just sheer mass of orc males, even compared to orc females. It was brought up like twice. Once during a strength moment where, you know, a few males were doing something and a female joined in and they were like, dude, like, really? You're just not helping at all. And they were just kind of like, and she looked at them and they're like, okay, yeah, you're pushing. Because, you know, we're females being more females.
They're fierce. They are fierce. Draga is fierce. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there are a number of Alliance players that play mainly Alliance that have gone in and created a female orc warrior named Draka now, or some variation on Draka because of how she was portrayed in the movie.
Well, it's really great in the book. It's brilliant in the book. You get more of her history. I don't know how deep the movie goes into it.
Not at all.
If you ever wanted to know how Thrall's parents met and all that, it's outlined in the book, along with the hierarchy of orcs and how they view the world. It's really great.
And there is...
And that's...
Speaking of Thrall, there's a little cameo of baby Thrall, and it's awesome.
Yes.
He's the cutest thing ever. Arr.
And that was the other thing is, you know how movies can tend to, like, okay, we've made these CGI characters and now we'll just cut and paste them like 5 times for background extras.
Oh, yeah, crowds.
For crowds, no. You could tell when they went through an orc crowd which clan every orc belonged to. So you could tell, okay, that's a Laughing Skull, that's a Black Hand orc, that's a Frost Wolf, just based on their clothing and their armor and everything they had on. So you can definitely tell the different clans apart in the movie. It was amazing.
Oh, so lots of attention to detail. Awesome.
Yes. It's exactly. I like something for me. I love armor. I love my horde. I love being a member of the horde. Our armor tends to be a lot more
spiky,
savage. So, like, to me, I loved seeing like the Alliance armor. Totally impractical, but gorgeous.
Yeah,
definitely gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
Oh, like, come on, the hordes is pretty impractical too. Half the outfits you can't sit down in.
Yeah. And there were definitely some of the WWF belts shown on screen, which made me giggle. Let's see, what else without getting too spoilerly? I think it wasn't a perfect movie. That's okay. As a Warcraft fan, you're going to love it. As a summer action flick, it's definitely worth the time.
Yeah.
I will definitely say I would love to see it again in the theater, and we will be buying it when it comes out.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
We'll
be seeing it again in the theater. Yeah. No, this is one of those where you have to see it in the theater when it's in there, because just the spectacle and the sound, especially because they didn't have, and I know several people have commented on this, they didn't have Russell Brower do the music.
Which is sad. Yeah.
Which is sad.
I would love to have heard that.
But just the opening when they're doing the first crawl and the Blizzard logo comes on the screen, as they're panning through each of the letters, they're basically made out of ice, and you can see encapsulated in the ice, you see Tracer, you see Arthas, you see Kerrigan, reflected in like they're encased in the Blizzard logo as it goes by, but you've got this tribal music going on in the background that just gives you chills because it's Warcraft and it's the orc music coming through. It's amazing.
That sounds so cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's a good time. Oh, by the way, I stand corrected. I said WWF. It's WWE. You just scold me. That World Wildlife Foundation belts would not be as impressive. Sorry.
I don't know. It might be an imprint of an elephant's foot. That's the only thing bigger than those belts.
There we go. I'm trying to think else. My brain just went completely blank. What a shocker.
Not.
No, there was, just the visuals alone.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're flying over and you're like, So this isn't a spoiler because you're going to see the movie anyway. But if you remember to the opening of World of Warcraft, where you have the lone dwarf hunter looking into the mountains towards Ironforge, they recreate that shot the first time you see Ironforge, and they bring you over that, so you just see the lone dwarf looking towards Ironforge as you fly into where Ironforge is and go inside. It's amazing, and I had a lot of respect for Lothar, for Anduin Lothar to begin with, just from a lore character. The way they portray him in this movie, you're just like, yeah, okay, grab your sword and fight the horde. That whole alliance thing. He is so well done as a character and such a tragic character in this movie. It's amazing.
Yeah. Some fun stuff is you get to see dwarves for a little bit. You actually get to see the high elves.
Yes.
Any gnomes?
No gnomes. You do see.
They're all below frame.
Yeah, you do see Drown Eyes for a second, but not in a great way. Let's see, what else? Just kind of fun little things to keep an eye out that aren't a spoiler.
You got to see, if you pay attention when they're all in the throne room having the War Council discussion, and for the humans, you get to see the Lordaeron crest, you get to see the Gilnean crest, and we haven't confirmed it, but we're thinking that a couple of the people that they're arguing with are from Gilneas. They just have that look from in-game that they're Gilnean, which is an interesting, to have that discussion going on, because Lordaeron's still a kingdom and still functioning. It hasn't been, taken over by the Forsaken yet, and so, I mean, there's a ton of stuff. When they go through Westfall, when they show the orcs invading Westfall, you get to see the tiny the battle Padaludra, the harvest golem.
Mm-hmm.
You
the harvesters, yeah.
You get to see those out in Westfall. You're in Westfall because they show that scene of, if you've ever been in Westfall, with the harvesters out in the fields and all that. So,
really quick, I'm just going to say I'm really frustrated. I still can't get into the chat room. I've been trying all show.
Oh, sorry,
sweetie.
I know, I'm frustrated.
The gate, the way they do the gate.
God, the dark portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dark portal is amazing when they come through the swamp or the morass and all that. Yeah, and I won't spoil it, but I love what they did with Karazhan. Karazhan is amazing and makes me want to go, play with it before Legion, because it's really well done.
That's awesome. Why is it changing in Legion?
It's not changing in Legion, at least not that we've seen yet, but there are, when you're doing...
okay, because I'm about to log in and go look, because the way you made it sound for a second there.
But there are several points in your character class storyline and in the Legion pre-event and the Broken Isles event where you go to Karazhan, and it's a different...
inside it's a different scenario for
with
you.
Khadgar. Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping they don't change it, but people keep data mining stuff out of there where that could be related to that scenario where you talk to Khadgar, or it could be stuff where you have to go back to Karazhan after a certain amount of time in Legion to do other things. So
I'm hoping,
that's why
I'm hoping that the scenarios really they keep the old raids as is, because everybody still has a blast going through there. I mean, I can think of several AIE nights that we've done that, but they set it, they use it as a stage for certain scenarios, and you can't go back to do that scenario again, and that's kind of rough. But at the same time, don't touch the raid.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly. Oh, and you'll love Aludra. The Arcane Guardians in the library in Karazhan?
Yes, those jerks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you'll get to learn all about them, so.
They're Arcane Guardians.
Yes, but you actually get to see
I
them
always
created.
felt like that was rather self-explanatory, but okay, there's more there.
You'll see.
You'll see in the movie. They're much more than that in the movie. They're awesome.
Cool.
So I think that pretty much wraps up our mostly spoiler-free talking about the movie. Guys, just if you haven't seen it, go see it. Find a babysitter. Find the time. Find the money. Whatever. Go see it. It's a wonderful time.
Where's this
It's
money
definitely-
finding spot you speak of?
I know it's on the couch cushions. So definitely, you'll see it. Support the film. It's a setup film as well. Hopefully, we'll get more. And you can definitely tell that Duncan Jones really loves the source material, which
I love
I
that.
respect. I
Yes,
respect that
I love
so
that.
much. There was actually a really great interview with him on The Nerdist a few weeks ago, so go seek that out and listen. It's really good, and it shows you he is one of us. He is a geek, and he loves this stuff as much as we do.
That is so awesome.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine.
Well, Randy, we missed you. And,
We did.
And though it was a very good show, I really feel that we lost a certain amount of awesomeness to that. But
We'll just
anyway,
have to have him on when he's available.
yes, exactly. Internet,
stuff's
we
working.
are kind of irritated with you.
Yes.
And Google, you're not helping. So there we go. So that's our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank you guys for joining us on this, my last show.
What?
Yeah, you heard me right, folks. The AIE podcast from this point on is going to be Aludra-free, Aludra-less. Very
Aludra
very fewer.
Light?
Yeah.
It'll be less because it won't have Aludra. How about that?
I've been here since episode 93, you guys.
Gosh,
93.
woman.
That is 162 episodes that I would not trade for anything in the universe. Even when I couldn't be there because of various real lives, I still count it. So there we go.
Okay.
You guys, the AIE community, Tatsumi, Michaela, Akuzad, Dills, Gomez, everybody made this show awesome, and I was absolutely thrilled and honored to be a voice of this community. So I'm sure that it will carry on with all the greatness that we have come to expect.
We're going to miss you.
Yes, and you do know, you have a random free Sunday. We are more than happy to have you back on anytime, sweetheart.
I've got the passwords. I could hijack it. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I mean, I wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah. Oh, Michaela and Tatsumi can't make it. And here's Aludra's from her underground bunker. I
That's
would
right.
put on a
Yeah.
tinfoil hat and everything just for you guys. Right.
Don't you have a tinfoil crown?
No, I have this one, which is made of foam rubber, and
Yes.
this one that is made of foam rubber, but is signed by Russell Brower. So,
Even
Awesome.
cooler.
yeah. All right, guys. So,
Are we done
That's our
with the
show?
depressing stuff?
I think we are. And I know you're not in the chat room, Aludra, but Mew says Aludra will be missed, and Sybil says hugs to Aludra.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
guys so much. I've been trying to get in there all freaking show. Just fine, whatever.
I know.
I know.
Technology and stuff and just,
It owns us. We know.
It's right.
unfortunately. This show really has been, we've been kind of technologically derailed this evening.
Mhm.
And actually, according to Mew, and I agree with this, you're not leaving. You're actually just on an extended special assignment.
There's a lot of dirt that she needs to dig into.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt. Find those pets. Set them on old man Frank's because he's not paying that much
On
attention
his
to his lawn.
lawn.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Well, because his children are eating him alive. So,
Mhm.
Yes.
They came to the Aludra summer camp of how to eat old man Frank's.
oh,
Yes.
there we go. All right. So, as I try to regain my composure yet again, if you have questions or comments about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Our lovely leaving us Aludra. You can still find her at Aludra_AIE. I am at Cyberwave, and Tatsumi is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And if you're getting this on the podcast feed and weren't here live or checking out the the recording on YouTube, you missed a really good time. Anyways. Yeah, you can join the chat room and play along with us at our website, theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was, of course, composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or his website, keyswithsoul.com.
Now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including overly dramatic news from our own Hunts the Wind. And please remember, we are always looking for new segments. Try and keep them under a minute or two, and we will take a look at them. All right.
All right.
So add your name there.
Next time, they will be talking to someone about AIE somewhere. Maybe they will even talk somebody from Final Fantasy onto this feed.
Ooh.
So until then, AIE, this was Aludra.
Aww, this is still McCullough.
This is still Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Aww.
All right, so Aludra, you get to choose. So far on the titles, we have Orc Heavy with CGI humans. And spoiler for review, said the evil warlock. I am barely evil, Sybil. I am barely evil.
Michaela.
Yeah?
You cannot be true chaos without being barely evil. Chaos takes no sides.
See, so I'm barely evil.
No. It means that some of the times you're all evil and some of the times you're all good. But you just don't like labels.
Besides the fact that I have a chaos symbol tattooed on my shoulder.
Yes,
right.
Discord.
I kind of do own that one.
I know, Discord. Okay, we're going to go with the evil warlock one. Because it's
you know, you're a mage, you might as well take a final stab at me on your last show.
You know, I have never really been to that mages versus warlocks.
I know you're not. That's more. I know it's more OMF than I.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I think you just called me an old warlock.
Oh! Whoa!
Mature warlocks approve of the Warcraft movie. Nice.
Nice. Thanks, Mew.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, chat room.
You guys, we love you. Thank you so much. And Ludra, I'm gonna miss you so much, honey.
I know.
But you know where to find me day or night. So if you need anything,
I do.
text me, call me, tweet me, Facebook me, send a carrier pigeon,
Something.
put one of the kids on a plane to send me a message, whatever.
If I put anybody on a plane, it's going to be
That's
me.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
And
Showing up for breakfast.
And yes, right? And yes, Mew, I know mature is not old. By the way, I had bacon day last Sunday.
I know, I saw.
awesome.
Congrats.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Good night, chat room.
Bye, guys. I heart you.